who else wants to permanently cure their yeast infection and achieve lasting freedom from Candida-related symptoms? Dear friend, tens of thousands of men and women, in more than 127 countries, are now enjoying lasting freedom from Candida infection symptoms they never believed they could have. The best part is, they did it without drugs, creams and over-the-counters, and without any side effects. How did they do it? They used a scientifically proven and real-world tested program that has been sweeping the internet called Yeast Infection No More. What makes this yeast infection breakthrough so exciting is that it gives you the power to cure yeast infection permanently. It is a fact 95% of the people who use conventional yeast infection treatments get rid of their yeast infection temporarily. And sometimes their yeast infection ends up worse than when they started. Now you can learn how to be in the successful 5% group that keeps it off forever. Cure yeast infection holistically. It is a fact curing yeast infection can never be achieved by tackling one of the many factors responsible for yeast infection. If you have ever tried to cure your yeast infection using a one-dimensional treatment like antibiotics, pills, creams, or even detox diets and failed, it is probably because you have tackled only one aspect of the disease. Not only will the system teach you the only way to prevent your yeast infection from being formed, you will also learn the only way to really cure yeast infection for good, the holistic way. Cure yeast infection without drugs or typical yeast infection treatments. Drugs, creams, and typical yeast infection treatments sometimes work in a partial way and temporarily, and the side effects are nasty. The tiny handful yeast infection sufferers who have learned how to treat their yeast infection from within and without ever using drugs or over-the-counters are the only people in the world who keep their system clear of Candida infection permanently. Now you can learn these yeast infection cure secrets from a nutritionist and a former sufferer who knows from real-world experience exactly how it is done. Yeast Infection No More System. With all the secret natural yeast infection cure methods, unique powerful techniques, and the step-by-step holistic yeast infection system I have discovered in over 7 years of yeast infection research. This program contains all the information you will ever need to eliminate your yeast infection permanently, without creams and without using drugs and without any side effects. To learn more about the Yeast Infection No More system, and to find out how you can start rebalancing your body today, click this link now. Click this link now and get cure your yeast infection today. Do not wait anymore.